What a great day to talk about parasitology!
I am Clyde.
And I am Alvin, and we'll talk about 3 different species of lice. Chewing lice have ventral chewing mandibles. They feed on epidermal debris, primarily skin scales, sebaceous secretions, and feathers if applicable. The heads of the chewing lice have a blunted appearance, with the head being wider than the thorax.
On the other hand, as the name implies, blood-sucking lice have piercing mouthparts that allow them to feed on the blood of their host. In contrast to the heads of chewing lice, those of blood-sucking lice have a pointed appearance, and the heads are narrower than the thorax. When not in use, their mouthpart stylets are retracted within the head. The distinction between chewing lice and blood-sucking lice is important when choosing an effective therapy for treatment of pediculosis.
Lice live within the microenvironment provided by the skin in its hair or feathers, and are transmitted primarily by contact between hosts. All life stages occur on the host, although lice may survive off the host for a period of time. Infestations are most often seen on stressed animals. Thus, husbandry and individual health are important in treatment and management of these parasites.
In this activity, we were tasked to bring 3 species of lice, each from different animal hosts. Moreover, we were also tasked to draw and label accordingly the external anatomy of the lice. Guide questions were also given for our answers and illustrations. Then, during the activity, we were advised to take photos and video clips that will be included in our video presentation by group as a form of documentation.
The first species is Haematopinus tuberculatus. It belongs to the family Haematopinidae and genus Haematopinus. It is commonly known as the cattle louse. This louse species is distributed worldwide, infesting domestic and wild cattle, particularly in tropical and subtropical regions.
The adult louse is about 3 millimeters in length, and its body is flattened dorsoventrally. It has a reddish-brown to grayish-brown coloration, and its head is wider than its thorax. The louse has a pair of well-developed claws on each leg, which help it to attach to the hair shafts of the host animal. The louse also has a piercing sucking mouthpart, which it uses to feed on the host's blood.
One unique feature of Haematopinus tuberculatus is its piercing sucking mouthpart, which it uses to feed on the host's blood. The mouthpart is adapted for piercing the skin and sucking blood, and it is composed of several sharp needle-like structures that can penetrate the host's skin easily. The louse secretes a saliva that contains anticoagulants, which prevent the blood from clotting and facilitate feeding.
Another unique feature of Haematopinus tuberculatus is its ability to survive for a long time of the host animal. The lice and nits can survive in the environment, such as in cattle housing, bedding, or on the host's hair that has fallen off for several days to weeks. This ability to survive off the host makes it challenging to control infestation.
It is one of the most common louse species that infests cattle, and it can cause various skin and health problems, leading to economic losses in the cattle industry. Lepurus caponis is small, measuring about 1.5 millimeters in length, and is pale in color. It has a flattened, elongated body with a distinct head and thorax, and it possesses several small, sharp claws that allow it to cling to feathers. The louse feeds on the host's blood using a specialized piercing sucking mouthpart, which is composed of several needle-like structures that can penetrate the skin easily. The lice and their eggs, or nits, are typically found on the host's feathers, especially around the base of the feather shafts.
One unique feature of Lepurus caponis is its highly adapted claws, which allow it to cling tightly to the feathers of its host. These claws are small, sharp, and numerous, allowing the lice to grip onto the feather shafts and prevent them from being dislodged easily. Specialized claws are essential for the louse's survival, as they allow it to maintain its position on the host while feeding and reproducing.
Another unique feature of Lepurus caponis is its ability to produce a sticky cement-like substance to attach its egg or nits to the host's feathers. The nits are attached near the base of the feather shaft, where they are less likely to be dislodged by the host's movement. The cement-like substance is secreted by the female louse and is extremely strong, allowing the nits to remain attached to the feathers until they hatch. The third species is Pediculus humanus capitis. It belongs to the family Pediculidae and genus Pediculus. Pediculus humanus capitis is found worldwide wherever humans live. It is a highly adapted ectoparasite of humans that infests the scalp and the hair of its host. The distribution of Pediculus humanus capitis is closely tied to the distribution of its human hosts, as it requires human blood to survive and reproduce. One unique feature of Pediculus humanus capitis is its specialized claws, which are well adapted to gripping onto the human hair. These claws are located on each of the louse's 6 legs and are curved in shape, with tiny hooks that allow the louse to cling tightly to the hair shafts. This adaptation allows the head louse to remain firmly attached to the scalp even when the host moves or scratches their head.
Another unique feature of the head louse is its flattened body shape, which allows it to easily move through hair and avoid detection. The head louse's body is also covered in tiny hairs, which help it to navigate through hair strands and find areas to feed.
The head louse is also a highly adapted blood feeder with a specialized mouthpart known as a stylet that it uses to puncture the skin and feed on the host's blood. The head louse's saliva contains an anticoagulant which prevents the host blood from clotting and allow the louse to feed more efficiently.
That's all for now. We hope you learned something in this video. Again, this is Clyde.
And Alvin.
Para siya!